There are a lot of times when I look at something and think, that is so cool, I want to try it. There's usually one of these phases every year. The violin in 4th grade, the clarinet in 5th, lacrosse in 6th, coding in 7th. I'll see somebody else doing an activity and think that I want to be a part of it. But as soon as I pick up the lacrosse stick or the clarinet or what have you, I lose all motivation when I realize that it isn't going to be a simple process. Sometimes people just make it seem so easy, but when it's your turn and you get to try it for yourself, it's not. Starting from the beginning is always extremely difficult. You have to learn all the ropes and get the hang of everything while getting really confused in the process. However, if you're restless like me and you just want to get past the hard parts and into the fun, you're in for a rude awakening. The hard parts never really end. You can do something your whole life, and you'll always have challenges in your way. Whether it's one of Beethoven's symphonies or hot cross buns that you're struggling with, if it's writing the code for Facebook, or figuring out how to type your name in Times New Roman on a blank web page that's making you frustrated, you will never have it easy. Nothing is as easy as you want it to be, or as easy as it looks, or easy in general. Life is hard. I learned this for, the 5th time? 5th time, while working on my 20-time project. I wanted to learn how to animate and produce maybe a 2-minute animation. I thought it would be simple. After all, I know how to draw decent cartoon characters, so it can't be that hard, right? Wrong. First of all, I had no plot ideas. Second of all, I can't voice act for my life. And third, it was going to take a really, really long time to make even a 2-minute video. How did I know? For our C-SPAN project in the winter, I decided to make an animation as the intro to our video. C-SPAN was a project where we made documentaries about different topics having to do with the government. This was my first time using my program, Toon Boom Studio, so I decided to make it as simple for myself as possible. The animation featured only one character, was drawn in only outlines, had no background, 30 seconds long. I put it off until the end of the project because I thought it would be easy, and I ended up staying up past midnight the night before it was due and not even finishing half. On the due date, I basically rushed as much as possible to try and finish it. I took up the whole hour and a half of available class time plus more, equaling a total of about 5.5 hours for this 30-second clip.
Hey, you there.
Huh? Me?
Yeah, you. Do you know what robotic surgery is?
Well, it's like a robot that's super smart and from the future and does surgery.
Not exactly.
Granted, it was, as I said, my first time using the program, but it just took so long that I got sick of it. Imagine making a 2-minute video. At that rate, it would have taken about 22 hours just to draw it. Plus, writing a script and voice acting and editing, that would have been about a day total. I felt really discouraged and never really revisited animating all that much after the C-SPAN project. As you may expect, I didn't get a 2-minute animation done. I designed characters, and I designed a background, but I never actually had a script. I was playing around with the program and scrapped barely started projects 3 times. No animating was actually accomplished since the C-SPAN video. I had thought at first that animation wouldn't be hard at all, but once I got into it, it turned out to be one of the most difficult things I've ever ended up trying. I can't imagine how animators for Cartoon Network can put out whole shows, or how the animation for Avatar, you know, the movie with the blue cat people, was even possible. Then again, they probably have fancy computer rendering systems and skilled graphic artists, and I had a tablet, a pen, and my own hands. Thinking about it, what I had accomplished was actually pretty decent for my first time using the program. I could have worked harder and not given up, and I could have animated more regularly, but what I got out of this project is valuable. Nothing is ever as easy as it seems. Not the violin, the clarinet, lacrosse, coding, or animation. Nothing. You just have to keep trying and not let that discourage you. Because if you get discouraged when something is a challenge, you'll never reach new heights or break records or do what you want to do. Every road has bumps, but if you travel down that road a lot, you'll get used to it. You'll master the twists and turns over time, and not immediately like I somehow haven't learned until this time. Don't give up, no matter how much you may want to, because something will come out of what you're doing if you just keep trying. You'll never know if you enjoy something if you just quit immediately. So this time, instead of quitting immediately, I think I'll pursue animation further. Despite the roadblocks that might be in my way, I learned that I just have to keep trying, and that's what I'll do.